So, despite throwing me out of a window after the last game against Bristol City, Humphrey had still decided to give me one last chance. I had to win against West Bromwich Albion, otherwise he'd throw me out the window again, but this time it would be a higher window and I wouldn't survive it. So the pressure was on. It was a night game at the Racecourse Stadium, and I was obviously quite nervous because our performances lately were pretty crap. And now we were facing another team who were looking to go up this season. But I told the boys, listen, if you win this match for me, we'll go to McDonald's after the match. That seemed to motivate the team, except for Lewis O'Brien, who wanted a KFC. But I said to Lewis that we could go to the KFC drive-in and then move on to McDonald's. And with McDonald's and KFC in their minds, we came out firing on all cylinders. We put West Bromwich Albion under pressure from the first minutes. My lads were not going to let this opportunity of a free McDonald's Happy Meal and a KFC chicken zinger just go by them without a fight. Despite our early efforts, you can't replace quality with just purely enthusiasm, and we were undone yet again as Dowell is a dyke managed to squeeze to, well, he didn't really squeeze to the defence. There was acres of space, and he basically just wandered into the space without anyone picking him up. Jesus Christ, lads. I'm gonna get bloody fired if we carry on this way. And the lads didn't learn. Dowell is a dyke was nearly in. Only a good save from Okonkwo denied him a second. So it was 1-0 at half time. A pretty familiar story. A sad story, but I was used to it. Second half, gotta give credit to the lads, we came out firing. And I think West Brom had taken some notes from our book because they left Kiefer Moore in acres of space and he fired in the equaliser. 1-1. Come on, we can do this. Kiefer Moore, you lovely, give me more of that. That's what I want. The West Brom players were annoyed that they've let so shit of a striker score. Anyway, it was 1-1, and we felt like West Brom were there for the taking. McLean surged forward. Kakachi swung it in, and McLean was there to notch a dirty header into the back of the net. Oh yes, this was pure ambrosia. 2-1 for the first time in my management tenure with Wrexham. We were ahead. Could we hang on to the lead? Probably not, but I was going to enjoy it while it lasted. But West Brom, knowing our defences, utterly bollocks, kept trying, and they were almost in again in the 80th minute through Dowell is the dyke. Luckily, our defence had improved just enough to keep him out, and he was getting frustrated, snapping Connor Cody and getting himself a yellow card. Wonder above wonder, we even managed to find a third. Liberato Kakachi doing some little dazzling footwork on the edge of the box, played it into McLean, who was able to find the net for the second time this game. What a great decision by me putting McLean in there. I'm a genius. And then the AI decided to cheat. Look at this impossible skill from Mikey Johnston. I had no chance to defend against that, and it was 3-2. The AI was on a cheating mission to equalize, but I was going to stop it. I was not going to let this victory get taken away from me like that. No way. Somehow we managed to keep the cheating AI out, and we won 3-2. I was ecstatic, and the boys were over the moon that they were now going to McDonald's and KFC. They were dancing, they were celebrating, they were clapping. Everyone was in high spirits. We were 19th in the table. The next match was against Charlton, an opportunity to avenge our loss to them in the cup, and we got off to a great start. Ben Sheaf played Jay Rodriguez through, and he hammered one into the top corner. 1-0 to Wrexham. Midway through the second half, Kiefer Moore used his strength to get past the Charlton defenders, found Kiefer Moore in acres of space in the box, and he finished nicely. 2-0 to Wrexham. He slipped up on the grass there, but he wasn't hurt. Could we win 2 games on the trot? Of course we bloody couldn't, because our defence is crap. And on half-time, it was 2-1. Midway through the second half, Charlton had a corner. It fell to one of their players who took a shot. Good save from Okonkwo. Then one of my defenders kicked it at the back of one of their players and it flew in. What a shitty defending again from Wrexham. We cannot defend, I repeat, we cannot defend. We're going to have to win every match 5-4. Jesus Christ, I need some new defenders in. Is Thiago Silva still playing? I'll take him even if he's 52.